All right, welcome back to another episode of the Black Bullion Show. And I quote from Jim Rickards: I grew up in the 1950s and 1960s. I did not live through the Great Depression. My parents did. My grandparents did. And I can tell you that had an intergenerational effect. That is a quote from Jim Rickards in a recent interview with Jack Ducey from I Love Prosperity. Check that channel out when you get the chance. Now, will this issue cause a generational effect? Well, I think so. And honestly, I think that it has already begun. Now, before we begin, I just have to say, if you are new, please subscribe to the channel, and also please give the video a like. When you do, it helps to get this economic evangelism out there to the masses. And also, if you want to just get a quick video synopsis of this video, check it out in the description below. Now, growing up for myself, my father told me stories of him growing up and collecting soda bottles to get money as a kid. He was thrifty. His parents kind of influenced that on him. But that psychology of saving was apparent, but it didn't last that long, especially after the 80s. And one of the reasons why I say that is primarily because of this particular chart. You guys might have heard of this. It's the personal savings rate. And take a look at the 60s. Just kind of steadily, chugging along here. Nothing too crazy. Then it starts to kind of go up a little bit after the 70s or in the beginning of the early 70s. And then in the middle, after 1975, the savings rate just skyrocketed to its highest point right after the recession of from 73 to 75. Then there's just this macro trend of it just declining. Now, what exactly is the personal savings rate? Well, I'll read this quick synopsis from the Federal Reserve. This is actually a chart from the Federal Reserve's website. And it reads: personal saving as a percentage of disposable income, DPI, frequently referred to as the personal savings rate, is calculated as the ratio of personal saving to disposable personal income. So basically just think of it as your extra fund money that you would decide to save. Take a look at this chart though. Right before the Great Recession, we hit an inflection point like around November here, and we hit a low of the savings rate. Then, if you can tell, we have this general macro trend here that's just showing upward trajectory of savings. The interesting thing is that we've had a couple of spikes here of savings going up to 12. Mind you, the highest point we've had is 17.3 after the 75 recession. Where are we now? We've skyrocketed to 13.1 after being as low as 7.7 back in December of 2019. So we're at 13.1 right now, and I'm sure it's going to keep going up, especially with more and more people being out of work and trying to grab onto much liquidity as they can. Now, here's the interesting thing, though. Never have we been so in debt up to our eyeballs as a society in the U.S. So not only are we worried about just the general issue, and we're saving because of that, but on top of that, we have a bunch of debt. Now, what does that mean for potential recovery in the future? Well, in my opinion, it won't be V-shaped at all. Why? Well, in my opinion, it's because of GDP. Partially, we won't have that V-shaped recovery because of GDP, and there's going to be a lack of growth, a whole slew of things. But I have a question for you guys. What do you think will happen to GDP now that we're just in debt to our eyeballs? We don't have much growth going on, and people are saving at higher rates now. Not only are we saving, but I'm sure investors are saving as well. There isn't too much going on in the economy right now as far as velocity is concerned. That's trending downward. So, how can an economy grow if velocity is continuously trending downward? People are holding on to cash, and people have to continue to pay off more and more amounts and amounts of debt. Let me know in the comment section below about what you guys think will happen in the future, or in the near future at the end of 2020, possibly in 2021. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you're new, again, please subscribe, and also please give the video a like. And thanks again for watching. It's Black Bullion.